did an interview with Nicholas Asbury. It blew up like there's no tomorrow, right? And I still have more segment dropping, so be on the lookout for the cookout and share the video, because we the ones that's making the difference. New media, we are the new wave. We the new mainstream media. Is out with the old, in with the new. Now the WBC, in order to deflect from what I've been doing and new media, WBC comes out announcing Wilder versus Fury winner fight the mandatory Dillian Whyte instead of AJ right away. So they are forcing the mandatory Dillian Whyte. But this is so random because we don't even know if Wilder versus Fury is going to happen. According to Bob Arum, it's not going to happen in 2020. So why enforce the mandatory after the trilogy fight when the trilogy fight haven't even took place? I know Dillian Whyte been trying to force the fight. I know Dillian Whyte claimed he dropped Tyson Fury in sparring. However, it's just so random for this news to come out as soon as I'm exposing the WBC. So it's obviously deflecting tactics by the WBC. Whyte versus Fury should have taken place before the Wilder versus Fury rematch, if we all being truthful. Fury was supposed to fight Whyte. The WBC ordered for them to fight each other for the diamond belt. And it was Tyson Fury who clowned Dillian Whyte and said, "You a bum, you a nobody, AJ knocked you out." And then he fought tomato cans instead. Wilder, he fought Ortiz, the guy that Dillian Whyte was ducking and still ducking to this day. However, on the other hand, Tyson Fury avoided Dillian Whyte, even though the WBC ordered the fight to happen, in order to fight Tom Schwarz and Wallin. Yeah, he was really wilding because nobody heard of these guys. These guys weren't even on the top 20. Matter of fact, Tom Schwarz wasn't even on the top 50. It was a circus. And Tyson Fury was the circus clown. So he beat Tom Schwarz, then fought Wallin, where he nearly lost to Wallin because he wasn't tampering with his gloves. He wasn't cheating. He don't have the skills to pay the bills, where he could have been fighting Whyte instead. And we don't even have none of this confusion or none of this pressure on the WBC because Whyte is about to sue him. So that's why they had to make this decision to begin with. Now, they could give him the strap and give the winner of the fight the WBC French fries title. You best believe if Fury wins, he's going to get the French fries title. Now, if Wilder wins, he's not going to get the French fries title for multiple different reasons. Wilder, on one hand, he cut from a different cloth. He said, "I want to fight my mandatory." What sense does it make for me to be a champion and not have to fight any mandatories? And if I get beat, you don't take my strap. Then I don't feel like a champion. That's what Wilder said. Well, that definitely bothered the WBC. Now, if the French fries title was actually a real title, not like a title for a champion in McDonald's or none of that. If the French fries titles was a real title, then they would have gave it to Deontay Wilder before Canelo Alvarez and before Lomachenko. The reason why, because Wilder is the longest reigning heavyweight champion to this day. I mean, Tyson Fury haven't fought a single mandatory yet. Deontay Wilder had 10 title defenses and he was reigning for 5 years as a champion. So if anybody should have got the French fries title, if it was a legit title, it would have been Wilder because he was the longest reigning champion. He was the most popular according to Forbes list, the most popular active fighter, and he was putting people on their ass literally from the fans to the fighters. My point is Wilder is not going to take the French fries title, but if it was legit, they would have gave it to Wilder instead of Canelo, who failed the drug test in the past, who is not the WBC champion because he gave it up in order to duck his mandatory Charlo. He don't even have the cojones to fight the best. The same thing for Lomachenko. There's a rule that says if you fight for the WBC vacant strap, you have to fight 2 of your mandatories. You can't just win a vacant strap and not fight mandatories. You have to fight mandatories because you did not beat the champion. So Lomachenko, as a 2-time world champion, some way, somehow, fights for the WBC strap when Luke Campbell ducked Devin Haney to fight for the WBC strap to begin with. So Lomachenko, next thing he do, instead of fighting his mandatory like the rule says, he don't play by the rules. The rules don't apply to a fighter on the Hope list. They gave him a French fries title so he could avoid the coincidentalist fighter Devin Haney. The same thing happened with the WBO. He didn't fight to earn the title shot against Salido. He lost the title shot, and the rule says, according to the WBO, you have to be coming off a win in order to fight for the title. The rule don't apply to Lomachenko. The Hope Insurance saved the day again, just like it saved the day to avoid Devin Haney successfully. So, like I said, when it comes to Fury, we know he got the complexion for the protection. He's going to get the WBC French fry strap. But if Wilder wins, they're going to obviously pressure the fight between him and White, not AJ. Fury versus White is actually a good fight. It's a 50-50 fight because you never know how the fight play out. Wilder versus Dillian White, if AJ was able to spark White the way he did, man, you could just imagine what Deontay Wilder will do to White. He will put him on a meat. But again, it's funny to me that Deontay Wilder wasn't sponsored by the WBC when he was the champion. However, the challenger, Tyson Fury, was sponsored by the WBC. That makes no sense or any kind of logic.
This is from Maryland.
I got you. So we talking about the Deontay Wilder right now. The WBC ordered the White fight. What's your take on that?
My take is a lot of times what happens is with a lot of these fight fighters that they be pushing in the media, they trying to find any excuse to keep their white fighters up, at the top echelon to push their agendas and push basically their prayer answer for the Great White Hope.
Right.
The Great White Hope. So when it comes to Tyson Fury and Wilder pushing the fight back, they trying to keep Tyson Fury as, the Great White Hype, because, everybody was celebrating and, Larry Merchant, the last black heavyweight Hulk is dead and all that. So they continue trying to keep Tyson Fury the man as long as possible.
Right.
That's why they really don't want to fight Anthony Joshua, because Anthony Joshua is going to turn into, an N-word overnight if they was to ever make that fight happen. And Anthony Joshua I don't even think Anthony Joshua really want to fight Tyson Fury, but that's just my opinion.
No. He wants to fight Fury. Trust me. AJ is aware of Tyson Fury cheating because Nicholas Asbury had him on the show, and AJ own fighter. I think AJ is his manager. I think it's Coley, I believe his name is. He called AJ and let him know everything, that Tyson Fury cheated in sparring, and that's just a cheating tactic that he practiced in sparring and capitalized fight night. So he was pretty much aware. He actually wanted Tyson Fury to do his job and beat Deontay Wilder so they could clash. And because Tyson Fury don't have any power, he a pillow-fisted fighter. That's more of an even playing fight. That's why he actually want Tyson Fury fight. For the people that don't know, AJ actually offered to spar Tyson Fury in order to prepare him for Deontay Wilder so he could beat Deontay Wilder, since Deontay Wilder has the kryptonite, which is the power. And that's why they pretty much kind of work together to beat Deontay Wilder. I mean, the man was aware of Tyson Fury cheating, and he never said anything about it. So he really wants the Tyson Fury fight. That's for sure.
I mean, when I watched the Wilder Fury fight, man, it was like everything was against him, man. I mean, the knockdowns, the trip-ups, the punches to the back of the head, it was just ridiculous.
The referee?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. The referee will warn Deontay Wilder. Like, Tyson Fury will do some dirty tactics. He will hit Deontay Wilder in the back of the head. He will choke him and spin him around, some UFC shit. And then the referee will warn Deontay Wilder. Like, what sense does that make? Even Deontay Wilder, after the fight came out, has stated, how is the referee going to warn me before the fight if I rabbit punch? He's going to disqualify me, and then he won't do anything about Tyson Fury rabbit punching me the whole night, hitting me in the back of the head. All the dirty tactics he did. And then, like I said, the referee, what made it worse, he will warn Deontay Wilder instead. So we know what time it is. They never wanted Deontay Wilder in this position to begin with.
Man, if after that first fight, you notice how Tyson Fury gained all these fans, all this new glory within the media, and it was just ridiculous, man.
Yeah. So let me stay on the phone. Let me pick up this decaf that's been bothering me, but won't pick up. The decaf of the day. Who this is? Hey, the moment got too real for you. I done picked up your call, so go ahead and talk about it. Hey, 323-409-0342. Be a man and call in, dog. Grow some cojones. Decision episode 49 is over with. Subscribe below if you're trying to get smarter by the minute. If you're trying to get dumber by the second, don't listen to these decafs. The dumb casual ass fans that don't know ish about boxing.
You don't know.
And you already know all they do is stuff, right? So call in if you got cojones. Stop making excuses, because I recently discovered that these decafs don't have cojones. They have female parts. So if you want to prove me wrong and you want to prove Aki wrong on Split Decision, who's nearly 700-0 with 700 KOs, this is supposed to be a split decision. It's supposed to be my take, your take. However, the truth takes separate. And when the truth is spoken, the other side is nothing but a lie. So click on the notification bell to get notified every time I post or go live on Split Decision. I have Boxing Hood, a show with my own Aki, coming this Wednesday. I also have David Morrell, an interview coming this Wednesday, so stay tuned. That's the future of boxing. He's a great Cuban fighter that's on the come up. He's only 22 years old. So with that being stated, man, I appreciate every single one of my Aki. Obviously, today is my birthday, so it's a special day because it's my birthday, and I also hit 30K. Thanks to all of my Akis. I always talk about the decafs because the haters amuse me, but I truly appreciate all my Akis that show me love and support from day one. Always share the videos, always comment, always support me with the super chats. Y'all got me here today. It's been more than a year back, and you know, we came with a storm. Like I said, they didn't see us coming. To all the decafs, quit treating me like the most feared, like the Iron Mike of debating. I mean, I can't pay a decaf to call in. These decafs, if I had a lower IQ, I could have enjoyed y'all debates. I wish somebody would call in.
Hold it, you're not that pretty. I'm a bad man. Wait. I shook up the world. I shook up the world. I shook up the world.
I bear witness, there's only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger. That's what I said, Larry, on the Bungle fight. Thanking you.
They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.